Hello, lovely people. It's another edition of Calling segment right here on Davcado TV. And today we are going to be having on the show with us, we are going to be having on the line with us episode Ghanaian reggae dancehall artist, in fact, reggae dancehall king episode. And on this show, we are going to be talking about his Europe tour. So he's going to tell us more about his Europe tour that he's embarking on. Let's welcome on the line episode music. All right. So first of all, what do you intend to achieve with your tour that you're ready to embark on?
What I tend to achieve with the tour.
Mm,
Okay, so first and foremost, I thank you for this opportunity.
you're welcome.
And at least, we're spreading the good works that some of these artists or myself were doing. The first intention is actually to also add up to what my colleagues and my seniors are doing in trying to leave a mark and a print around the world with our music. Regardless of the fact that we all do different type of genre, it's it's definitely going to push the Ghanaian sound to the world. It's also going to, grow the fan base, grow the fellowship when it comes to our sound. And I'm taking this direction because my new album that is coming is actually gearing towards the high life,
Mm,
market. So I think it's one of the Europe is one of the biggest markets when it comes to consuming African music or high life music. You
mm,
know, so that's one of the main reasons why I want to look that direction, and the impact is going to be on both ways. While we impact the world with our music, we also get a big impact in trying to learn and move further with what
okay.
we our predecessors and our fathers have done, or where they've
Mm,
left our music. We just want to continue the legacy.
okay. Okay. All right. So do you mind talking about your album that you said is coming up next?
Well, yes, it's a high life. Like majority, 80% of the songs on the album is high life based,
Okay.
with fusions from different sounds from Africa. The title of the album is the Soul Album, which is an
This.
abbreviation of Sounds of Our Land. And
Okay.
it's
So
not
the
just
soul
me.
album.
hmm Yes, the
Okay.
Soul Album. Yes.
Okay.
So it's episode and the cruise. And cruise, which simply means that crew is the band, is my band. So it's episode and the cruise album, which is the Soul Album.
Okay. Okay. All right. So taking your the Ghanaian music or an African music to
Mm.
Europe, do you think the Europeans are going to blend with the rhythms of African styles in the music
They're
industry?
going to what?
Are they going to blend, try to blend with the rhythms, African rhythms and styles?
hmm hmm
Yeah.
You mean the audience or the musicians? Because if
Yeah,
they
I'm
say they're
talking
going to
about
blend,
okay. I'm talking about the audience. Do you think they will blend with African rhythms and styles on this tour?
the little I can say is that I stand to be corrected. But when our music go on tour, when our music are being played in these festivals, they even
Mm,
cheer it more than when we come home and then we're performing. No
okay.
disrespect to the Ghanaians or the fans,
Yeah,
but that
laudable.
is how come you would have a legend like Ambule in his
Mm,
late 60s or 70s. He's still on tour. You have legends like Ebo Taylor, who's like 80 years, but he's still being booked for festivals, not even a Ghanaian community show. These are big, huge festivals. You get me?
mm,
So
mm.
um, I don't think it's really a question or is really something that we need to bother about if they're going to blend or jump to our sound. They've always been doing that. That's how
Okay.
our music traveled, and that's how come our fathers, our legends, did with the world. Utsibisa was one of the biggest African bands
Mm,
ever in,
mm.
in history. So, and now that it's coming to us, I think the little we can all do is appreciate the effort that our fathers have done and just continue the legacy.
Okay, exactly, exactly. All right, all right. All right, so based on the contents that you shared about the Europe tour, fans might be anticipating, okay, so what are some of these countries or what are some of these specific places you'll be visiting during your Europe tour?
Well, first we're doing France, and then where this Friday we're doing Germany. There's an event in Essen in Germany. And we'll
Mm,
do Belgium and a few other places that haven't been booked yet. But it's a 1 month Europe tour because we have to come back and launch the album as well. So yeah,
okay. Okay, so when are you launching this album?
probably next month.
Next month.
Yes.
Okay, all right, all right. So, do you mind, sharing some of the exciting behind scenes stories or experiences, that, you
The
know,
come again, please.
do you mind, sharing some of the experiences from the preparations to the tour?
Experiences from the tour.
Or, experiences, or behind scenes in your preparation to the tour?
Well, definitely that is why it's called behind the scenes. They are
Yeah.
mostly done within the team and within the crew. You know, the audience or the fans get to see the finished product. You
Mm,
know, so for that I can't really speak much about. All I can say is that yes, we are really geared up. We're gearing up still to be able to take on the tax because the tax is a big one. Going to face the world with um, the sounds that people haven't heard before. Going to face the world as a new artist in that
mm,
sector, in
mm.
that big space. You know,
Yeah.
so that is it.
Okay. So, looking at, the tour and looking at what you intend to gain from the tour. So, we want the fans
Mm.
to know, what's next for you after this milestone that you are taking. What's next
What
for
is
episode?
what is in for me?
Yeah, what is next for you after this tour?
So what is
What's
next?
next for you?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Just like I said, is the biggest above all is the album.
Mm,
Is to launch the album and see how big it gets because I really believe in this project and I believe that is something that is going to reshape or add up to our music, dexterity, and
mm,
mind you, all the songs on the album were produced live. So
okay.
it was a big task in trying to challenge myself to do a live album,
Wow.
you
Wow.
know. So the next step is actually to see the album go big, go number one, and then we'll still continue to spread the word, still release good music with visuals, and still, you know, be here for the people
Mm,
when they need me.
okay. Okay. All right. So, what message or what cultural exchange do you hope to share with European fans through your music?
Definitely art. I'm an artist. I'm a painter. So
Mm,
anywhere I go, that is what I sell. I sell the music. I sell the art. I sell me as a brand. So
mm,
definitely, if there's going to be any cultural exchange, it's definitely going to gear towards the music we do, the music they do, how we can actually blend cultures, how we can learn from each other, which type of instruments are used in Africa, which ones are significant in their sound. You know, so these are some of the things that I think would in the future happen if there's any sort of agreement or conclusion with any party thereof.
okay. So thank you so much, episode music, for joining us on the show. We've all heard it from the horse's mouth. It's real. The Europe tour is real, and let's all come out in mass and support episode music. And he has also mentioned some of the places that he will be, specifically France. Yeah. So if you're a fan of episode music and you're in France, around Europe, try to be on the show. Try to be part of episode music tour. And we've also heard about his new album that he'll be dropping soon. So that will be the next milestone that he's going to be. So please stay tuned. You can follow him on all social media handles at Episode Music, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. Episode Music. Stay tuned for his new album that is coming up, and it's going to be a banger. In fact, you've all heard it, how the album is going to be. It's going to be purely African rhythms, purely African style. Is a way to promote African music, to promote African culture. So let's all come out in mass and support episode music. This is Davcado TV. If you've not subscribed yet, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave the page. Like and share our content. If you have anything in mind, as I always say, you can meet us at the comment section. Let's vibe over there. I'm Pedro Kingsley, aka MD Kings Pedro. You can also follow me on all social media handles at MD Kings Pedro. See you on the next edition of Collins segment right here on Davcado TV.